Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pick and Roll live stream here on the Board YouTube channel, presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. And we're back after our brief hiatus away from the show. We had the Christmas period last week. We had the New Year's period this week. So we've been a little bit up and down with the content. However, here today, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience this time. Sorry, I'm dealing with some microphone volume issues right now. Hopefully, that resolves itself in just a second here. But thanks, everybody, for joining once again. As a reminder, if you do enjoy the show, make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but let me try to.
It's going up and down all the time.
Let me try to fix it. Let me try to fix it real quick here. But anyways, we have a bet right out the gate. I'll just let Pips talk while I fix it. We have a bet out the gate.
This one. Yeah, I need to share my screen.
Yeah. A bet from the New York Knicks and Oklahoma City Thunder game is where we'll lead off here. A little bit of a sloppy intro, but let's just keep moving with things here.
Yeah, no worries about. So the first bet is Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Jalen Brunson under 24.5 points. It looks at first look it looks weird. Like it looks like up and down on the season. When we exclude the games where he played less than 30 minutes, he's 40%, 48%. So it's like 50-50 split. But when we look at when he's playing 30 to 40 minutes without some overtimes and without blowouts, when we look at this, he's over this line in only 40% of the game, average 24.1 points a game. But he had some huge games against poor teams. When we look at against teams ranked 17 and above in defensive rating, he's under in 8 out of 11, average 21.7 points. And now he's playing the best defense in the league. When we look at the data, he's scoring most of his points as a pick and roll ball handler. 33% of his points, Thunders are third best against pick and roll ball handlers. He also scores 25% of his points combined with isolation and transition. Thunders are second best in both of these. He scores 50% of his points in the paint, and Thunder are the best paint defense in the league, allowing the least points in the paint. And if you take a look at the similar type of players like Edwards, Halliburton, Doncic, Fox, Trae Young, they stayed under their lines, under the closing lines. So not just like the weak opening lines or averages, under their closing lines against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And their closing lines were very, very below their season averages because they were adjusted to the matchup, and they still stayed under in 7 out of the 9 games with 27% lower than their set lines. So overall, very, very difficult matchup for Jalen Brunson, who is not playing that a bit lower usage this season, lower scoring on his side, and now getting against the best defense in the league against Lou Dort. I don't know if Caruso is playing, but against really good defensive players, and he now have Mikal Bridges out there and Towns who are shooting a lot, so he doesn't need to force shot like he did last season in the second part of the season.
So Jalen Brunson under points is what we're going with. What's the number that we're looking for here?
Minus 125 is fine, I will say, and minus 120 is also available on couple of spot or one spot.
At 24.5?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. There's a few spots available here. Minus 120 seems like a widely available option at under 24.5. Yeah, a few spots have that. Minus 125, as Pip said, is also okay. But Jalen Brunson under 24.5 points. We'll play it at the show at minus 120. But again, minus 125 is also fine for this bet here. I'll put this in the chat here. I think my volume has sorted itself out. Every once in a while that seems to happen, but we'll start off with that bet there. Live viewers, You're lucky you get that one in early and you don't have to worry about any sort of line movement over the course of the day there because this one seems like it will be moving. But before we go any further, we will get to the rest of the games. We do have another bet coming up right after this from Pips as well. Then we'll get to your questions at the end of the show and we'll do a Q&A with you guys. But a word from the presenting sponsor on the board YouTube channel, the FanDuel Sportsbook. And right now, a very good offer available to you with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because with the NBA season officially heating up, you want to watch all of your favorite teams and players, but you can light up the action by checking out the FanDuel Sportsbook, and you can make every NBA moment even more rewarding with America's #1 sportsbook, as I mentioned. And one of the things I really like about FanDuel, again, is the ease of use, such a quality interface, such a seamless interface, which is great to find all the different markets available, be it same game parlays, 10 plus, 15 plus, 20 plus points, quarter props, live betting options, and so much more. These markets are posted quickly with fair prices. Oftentimes, we're finding the best price in market for the show, like this one, on the FanDuel Sportsbook. And hey, when you want to cash out the winnings that you may earn, it is a very quick withdrawal process because it's your money after all. It gets into your account very quickly. And it's Friday, so that means FanDuel has their great 30 on 30 Profit Boost token live. Get 30% increased winnings on your favorite 30 plus score on 30 on 30 special bets for Friday as a little bit of a special thing going on today. So over the course of the show, hey, any questions you may have about a potential 30 plus score, or perhaps you want to use some of the information from the show, that Profit Boost token is live for you to use today. Just visit FanDuel.com/board, Make every moment matter more with FanDuel. Again, FanDuel.com/board with the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. But must be 21 plus and present in select states with Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet to expire 7 days after receipt. After a 3-month free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. We'll roll things on. Like I said, we have another bet coming up here, and we are going to be going to the Kings and Grizzlies game to find that. Pips, what are you looking at in this game here?
Yeah, standard bet against the Kings. We are betting a guy that's dominant in spot up. It's Jalen Wells. 36% of his points come as a spot up, and Kings allow the most spot up in the league. Let's say like 54% of his points come from the 3-point line, and Kings allow 8 most threes in the league. When you look at the season, it's look messy. It's look like 50-50 on the line and 11.7 points average, but it's way different now. Last 2 games, we can see that he had 19.4 and 19.3 usage, and played 32 minutes in a close game and 25 minutes in a blowout. So he was on the pace to play 32 as well. So he's on 32 minutes rotation. Why is that? What changed? Ja Morant, Santi Aldama, and Marcus Smart are all out, and we have so many questionable players for this one today. So when we look at the games when he had, so last 2 he had 19.4, 19.3 usage. When we look at the games where he had 15 percent usage, up to 25%, up to 23% usage. So like we are a bit more conservative on this one. And when we look at the games when he played 24 or more minutes, as I said, he's playing 32 tonight. He was over this line in 10 out of 14 games, and average 13.7 points in a games. Close unders with 11 points, 3 of 12 shooting against the Suns, and 4 of 10 against the Wizards. But overall, this is a great matchup for him with playing the worst spot up defense in the league.
So the next bet, Jalen Wells over on points. I'm seeing 11.5 minus 120 is available at a couple of spots. Would you play
And
this one?
minus 125 is widely available for this one. So
So
that's up to minus 125. Yeah.
yeah, minus 120 once again, or minus 125 here for Jalen Wells over 11.5 points. As I said, it's moved up to 12.5 points on FanDuel. So make sure, again, you're always shopping around to find the best prices available for the wagers that we have coming at you on the show. All right, we'll get back to more of the normalcy with the way the show goes down. We go through all of the games here. We'll get some words from Pips on the game. Maybe a bet comes through as well. At the end of the show, as always, we'll go to the Q&A from you guys in the chat. Any questions you may have, any bets you may have for today, for the day, you can send them in. You can send them in right now. Already some have come in. I'll queue them up for later. We'll react to them a little bit later on in the show. But let's go to the first game on the board here. Go back up to the top. We have the Detroit Pistons playing against the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets favored Hornets 7.5 point underdogs on the road with a 219.5 spread. How are you feeling about this game here?
Yeah, terrible news for the Pistons last game.
Yeah, that sucked to see.
Our most improved player got he is crucial for the
fibia,
Pistons.
or something like that.
Yeah. He is crucial for the Pistons. His spacing was great. His pace on the offense was very important for the team. So that's a big blow. Though more minutes for Malik Beasley now, who is playing the best season of his career. Overall, I think we have some questionable players. Let me just open up a lot of questionable players last couple of weeks. It's absolutely annoying. But LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Cody Martin are questionable for the Hornets. They didn't play for a couple of days, so I think they should be back tonight. But we can't say much about this game with them being questionable. But I do think we could see them covering. I love Hornets when LaMelo Ball, Miller, and Mark Williams are playing. I think they are a decent team, and I do think they could cover this tonight because I expect them to be back. On the props betting, tough. K now without Ivy moved to 27.5. Honestly, that looks ridiculous. I don't know what to even think about that one. Let me just check on the props minus. I didn't think of it, but I'm now looking at the line, and that looks ridiculous. I know in the games when Ivy was out, he did cover huge usage, like 34 field goal attempts. But that was the game without Hardaway as well, and yeah. Okay, the usage is actually incredible without Ivy. So yeah, there is a reason. You can see the line and you have like opinion on it, and then you check the numbers and see like, okay, yeah, this is usage without Ivy was 40%, 30%, and 23% against the Miami. But that game, I've had the under because they said sending triple teams on him whenever he touched the ball. So in the two games where he faced kind of normal coverage, he had 23 field goal attempts and 34 field goal attempts. So yeah, that kind of usage is crazy. If you take a look at even this season when he gets like 22 plus, he's right there. And Hornets, I don't know, maybe they send doubles as well, but I don't know. Overall, not touching this one. Malik Beasley moved. He was decent bet at 14.5 where he opened. Okay bet at 15.5 as well. 16.5 I'm not touching, or very juice 15.5. So nothing from this game.
All right. I am seeing in real time here that the Cade Cunningham line is moving downwards. Some spots have
projections will have him at 25 probably. So that's where him probably closing. So it's a decent bet, but I don't like it as much like matchup wise. It's Hornets. I don't.
Yeah, understood completely. But just seeing it here, even FanDuel is moving down from 26.5. So we'll see where this one goes, but not strong enough of a opinion here for Pips to want to bet it here and add on to the two picks already from the show today. We'll go to the next game here. We have the Toronto Raptors against the Orlando Magic. So someone's gonna have to explain to me this maybe. Well, all right. The Raptors will be pretty healthy today, but I know they're at home, but earlier in the week they were favored against the Atlanta Hawks. Now they didn't have quite a few of their players for that game, but they lost by 29 there. Did think that spread was a little bit weird. Oh, I don't know. How do you feel about the spread here? 1.5. Raptors at home plus 1.5 against the Magic. Raptors should have their full starting five available for the first time this season today.
Yeah, it's kind of how terrible lineup of my Magic is. I
Yeah.
mean, they are still winning, but the lineup
Yeah,
is
exactly.
kind of ridiculous to even like think of it. How do they keep winning? Uh, Last game, you guys won against the Nets. If
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was an incredible game by Scotty Barnes, who finished with 33 points. Uh, yeah, I kind of don't understand why is Scotty Barnes 17 and a half. I mean, sure, it's huge size from the bar with the and great defense of the Magic, but still, I think he'll force his stuff. I mean, he got to the point when he's forcing a bit too much, I would say, in a couple of games where he's just taking shots. Like
He
no
looked a
matter the
bit better
quality.
with quickly back last game, but it was only one game.
Yeah,
But they had
yeah,
him
yeah,
as a forward instead of a point guard finally.
yeah. Quickly, RJ, Dick, Barnes, Jacob is actually a competitive lineup for this
For
league.
sure.
Like coaching aside, very like give that team to like Jenkins or like Mosley or someone like that. They will compete like heavily. So yeah, it comes to the coaching, I would say. But I think you guys should win tonight. I think you
Really?
have now you have enough. I think now that you have enough to compete. Uh, yeah, that's what I like. It's 50-50 game, but I think you have enough to win this one tonight.
All right. I mean,
Uh,
no, not strong enough for
I,
me to want to bet this, but
you,
let's
you
see.
you know that I'm like a big fan of Quickly,
Yep.
and with him out there, everything settles. Like Scotty Barnes is back to taking the roller stuff, cutter stuff that he's very successful at. Moving away from pull-up shooting and now can go back to spot-up shooting. Like so now Scotty Barnes goes from like C player on offense efficiency goes to like probably like A type of efficiency on offense. AJ Barrett doesn't need to force stuff as well. He will still do it, but doesn't need to. Pick and roll partner for Jacob so he can score some easy buckets as well. And Grady Dick being a spot up shooter and don't not need to force stuff is also great. You actually have some decent bench players like for this league. Like I think Bruce Brown, Agbaji, Kelly Olynyk are actually David Mitchell are actually good bench players. So yeah, this is like when you are healthy, nice rotation, 9 teams. So like if you are this type of rotation the entire season, you are competing for playing. Like that's without question, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
A healthy rap team is good enough for the playoffs for
And
sure.
you lost so much so far this season that you can afford some wins when you are healthy, and that won't be for the long. I think you are probably in this lineup up to the All Star, and then again some shutting down
Yeah,
post All Star. So yeah,
agreed.
enjoy the next month of the season. It will be the best basketball you ever played this season. So yeah,
Yeah,
I do think
I
that
think
you guys.
this could be a fun game because they're gonna go all out with the lineup just to kind of prove a
Yeah,
point that when they're healthy they can be good. Not
yeah,
enough for me to say I
yeah.
think they're gonna win and bet that, but it should be an interesting game to see how good they can be.
Uh, it's on for my side. It's like Banker is out, Franz Wagner is out, Moritz Wagner is out. The lineup of Sachs, KCP, Tristan da Silva, Wendell Carter, Goga Bitadze doesn't move the needle for me at all. Like, yeah, they are winning on defensive side, but they are on the road. So I do lean on the Raptors covering 1.5.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and yeah, coaching sometimes needs to like I don't know. We are on the same page here. Like I need to
Absolutely.
like stuff there. So on the betting side, let's do Wendell Carter 10 plus points.
All right. Wendell
Just
Carter,
straight
10 plus points.
away, yeah, I looked into it. Like it doesn't make any sense to lie. Like it made sense entire season. Now it doesn't. Like I'll show you some stuff. It's kind of like, I don't know how do you say it when something like is lean, but you kind of make it look better than it is. I don't know how like stretch stuff. But yeah, I'll show you this. So far this season, Wendell Carter kind of struggled with usage. Like this is absurd. He had a stretch where he had 7.5, 8%, 11%, 10%, 6% usage for Wendell Carter. I really don't know what was happening, because 11, like 6 to 8, 10% usage. That's lower than PJ Tucker usage. And all that was happening with Banquero and France out. Like what what was wrong there? Like I don't know. That stretch was really insane to me. And then last three games, 24% usage against the Miami, 22% against the Nets, and 23% against the Pistons. Like finally kind of getting the volume up. And yeah, so I will use when he gets, I don't know, like like 13% or more. I think that's kind of reasonable to use. And when he gets, with that kind of usage, when he gets 20 plus minutes. And now we are looking at this. Like this is also like last three of the last four, he had 24% usage. And now I used 13 plus 13%. Like that's more than double than this. And if you take a look at the last couple of games, he played 27 minutes against the Nets, and the last game, season high, 34 minutes against the Pistons. So the minutes, I think we can for sure say that he is playing 24 plus. Like that's the minutes he's going to play. And as I said, when he gets 13% or more usage, and it's trending that way, like we can see that he's covered this in 6 out of the 7 games, 12.3 points average. Uh, and now getting a matchup where kind of great matchup. So cut, I think there is no data on the defense against the cut, but Raptors are not nowhere near the being good against the cutters. Uh, they are dead last against the free throws. They allow the most free throws. They're fouling a lot. They are decent against the pick and roll man, but we've seen lately that like Claxton and Darren Sharp last game kind of cooked you guys. So I think Wendell should do well there. Spot up, 10th most. Putbacks, second most. Transition, third most. Like great matchup overall. 60% at the rim. You guys allow third most at the rim. You guys allow a lot of from corners. He is kind of standing in corners for some threes as well. So overall, great matchup. Four in the positive direction. And yeah, I like this matchup. As I said, Moritz Wagner out, Franz Wagner out, Banquero out. He kind of playing more minutes lately, more usage. Like everything looks great for Wendell Carter to score 10 points tonight.
All right, and best price available for Wendell Carter 10 plus points was on FanDuel at minus 105 odds. So we'll be tracking it there for the show. And that'll be the third official bet of the day. Let's go to the next game here. From my team to Pips' team, we have the Houston Rockets, who are hosting the Boston Celtics as 2.5-point underdogs. Over under here of 221.5. How do you feel like the Rockets will be able to compete with the Boston Celtics, who kind of have, like, by Celtic standards, struggled over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I don't think they are struggling. I think just they are just playing with their foot because they can. I know the coaching there. Mazzulla is like, he will try to play the, so they'll figure out, okay, we struggle against this, and then they'll try to play it at this, being bad on purpose to try to improve the things they are bad at. Like I saw it so many times last season, and I think it's happening again. Like, okay, we have problems switching bigs outside and smaller guys on bigs. Okay, let's play this and try to get better at it. So we have something for the playoffs. Like that's the Mazzola thing. So yeah, I don't think they're trying that hard, honestly. And they are competing with teams, and they have every game they are resting two of their for five starters almost. Like last night, easily no Porzingis, no Brown. So they can afford it, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. So uh, the thing is, I don't know who is playing tonight. They won last night, even though, as I said, without Brown and Porzingis. That's yeah, Wolves not great team, but to win again without second and third best player
Mhm.
or third and fourth, yeah, that's ridiculous. They have such depth. They started Hauser and then he nuked five threes like easily. They always have Pritchard off the bench, and yeah. So I don't know who is playing tonight. I think they could rest Tatum because they rested last night Porzingis and Brown. Tatum doesn't even have a question tag, so maybe they are like playing everyone. They kind of rested Brown and Porzingis last night, but yeah. Uh, Porzingis wise, probably the best matchup out of anyone is Porzingis. Uh, but I don't know the minutes. Like he was out, so maybe some minutes restriction going back. But if you take a look at the so far this season, when he played more than like 15 minutes when he wasn't injured, he's over this line in all 9 games, average 20 points. Uh, maybe when we look at the game with Jason Tatum, they required over 5 out of 5, 9.6 average. But yeah, uh, looking at this, 3 out of 5 games came against the Chicago Bulls. So that's always inflating the lines for him. When we look at the tough matchups, he played two tough matchups and 17 points against the Orlando Magic. Barely got there without Tatum, and then 16 points against the Clippers. So in difficult matchups like the one today, he did he was close, barely covered. So if he's on minus restrictions in tough matchup, it could be difficult for him to cover. So no bets on this one. I can't bet anyone from the Rockets, honestly. Like I don't know what's going on every game. Like look at this from Fred VanVleet. Uh, Great games, four in a row. Then tanked the team with against the Dallas. Shengun kind of like you can see like he's all over the place. You can't bet on Jalen Green because that guy doesn't know himself what kind of game he's going to have. So honestly, no bet for me in this one. Even
Right.
against my Houston Rockets, I don't know. No clue.
And people in the chat are mentioning here that Porzingis went from 14.5 to 15.5, and then now it's at 16.5. So this one has been hit
Yeah.
upwards for the Celtics against the Rockets here. But we
If
can
it was
keep it moving.
if it was
Go
14
ahead.
and
Go
a
ahead.
half, that would be like if it was 14 and a half at now, I will bet that. But yeah, 15 and a half doesn't move the needle for me.
Let's go to the next game here. I always say we talk about every game. We can choose. Hey, listen, you may have bets for it. We may stay a while, but not an exciting one for the common NBA fan. The Washington Wizards +7 underdogs on the road against the New Orleans Pelicans. The two worst records in the NBA going head to head: the 5-29 New Orleans Pelicans, the 6-25 Washington Wizards. Any way for you to comment of any sort on this game here? You agree with the spread? Any bets? Give me your thoughts.
Kind of, if you take a look, kind of Wizards started playing well. Like, can we even say that? Like, let me check. Like, last couple of games, they won against the Bulls, blowout win. They lost overtime games against the Knicks. They won against the Hornets, and they played close games against the Bucks. Won against the Hornets. Like last 5 games, only one blowout loss. That's a like huge uptrend in their form. Uh, yeah, kind of. I do think Pelicans should win, but they are not better. Like they are not playing better. They lost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10 games in a row uh, for for the Pelicans. So it's like terrible and worse playing one against another. So yeah, I don't know uh, for this one. I think Jordan Poole is back. So yeah, look at the lineup for the Poole, Brogdon, Kuzma. Yeah, I mean they kind of look decent on paper, but this game is weird. So yeah, no bet for this one. I don't even want to look at this game honestly.
Fair enough. I completely understand that. It was partially my suspicion that would be the case. So we can move into the next game. The Cavaliers here. This is a much better game. Cavaliers on the road at the Dallas Mavericks. Cavaliers favored by 7. Um, Dallas still not healthy. Luka Doncic dealing with the injury here. The Cavaliers are just an absolute juggernaut this season. 29-4 on the year, winners of 8 in a row. Dallas still good, 2014, but have lost 3 straight games. How do you feel about this game? How do you think this one's going to go?
That should be a blowout win for the Cavs. Uh, I didn't see anything that will make me happy with Dallas last 2 games. They lost to the Portland Trailblazers in a game where Kyrie scored 46 points. Kyrie didn't miss almost any shot, and they lost by 4. And then losing by 11 by Rockets, but they kind of were blown out and made some push against the in garbage minutes against the bench of the Houston Rockets. That was way more uglier than 11-point loss. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like they didn't look well last 2 games, and I don't see the firepower to compete with Cavs. Like they have Clay Thompson as the second best player on this team. Like Clay Thompson, Spencer Dinwiddie, PJ Washington, Quentin Grimes, led with Kyrie Irving against Mitchell, Garland, Mobley. Like I would say, like Caris LeVert will probably be like second best player on this team, offensive player on this Dallas team, and then on the Cleveland he's like seventh best or sixth best. Like huge mismatch without Luka Doncic, and think it's a comfortable win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I can't see anything else in this one.
All right. Fair enough. Let's go to the next game. San Antonio are on the road as 6.5 point underdogs against the Denver Nuggets. Denver still finding ways to win. They've won 3 in a row, 19-13 on the season. The Spurs seeming like they'll be right around 500 on the year with the potential to maybe climb a little bit higher. They're 17-16 at the moment here. What do we make of Denver this season? We know they are worse than last year, worse than they have been in previous years, but they're still finding ways to win games. They still have a pretty decent record here. What do we make of this Denver team?
I honestly don't know. They started playing really well with inclusion of Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. But when they play good teams like Cleveland Cavaliers, they get completely killed. But if you take a look at their schedule, they didn't play any good teams. Like they last couple of games, they played Hawks, Jazz, Pistons, won.
Yeah.
They lost to the good team, killed against the against the Cleveland Cavaliers, way worse than the 14-point loss says. Then they lost against the Suns, like not even a good Suns team. Booker was
Yeah, the
out.
Suns are struggling lately.
Then they won against the Pelicans by 3 against
Yeah,
this
I'm kind
terrible
of seeing their
Pelicans team.
schedule now. When they play, I don't know how are they 19-13. I mean, when they play good teams, they lose, and they lose to some bad teams as well. But yet they're 19 and
Yeah,
13.
they lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. They lost to the Suns
The
without
Wizards.
Booker. Yeah, they won against by 1 against the Kings, who are
Yeah.
terrible. Then they won Wizards, Hawks. They again lost, blown out by Cleveland Cavaliers. Won barely by against the Golden State Warriors. Lost to the Clippers. Like the only like yeah, I don't see like they won like so many close games. That's how they have a good record. But their schedule was I don't know if there is any strength of schedule, but they played one of the easiest schedules so far in the league.
Right. Let me just have a
And
look at
yeah,
strength of schedule remaining to see if they're higher up on the list. of
They didn't
that.
play Boston. They didn't play Bucks. They didn't play Memphis. They didn't play. Uh, yeah, they didn't play great teams. Like, and they'll
So they're
get to play
18th actually. They
76.
have just under an average. So slightly easier than the average remaining schedule left in the NBA. It's a lot of time, so it doesn't mean as much, but still.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they played Thunder twice. Won once, lost second time. Uh, they played Cavs twice. Got killed by them twice. They lost to the Wolves. Uh, lost to the Clippers twice. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't see any good wins here. Like, so yeah, I don't know what to think about this team, honestly. Also, to be fair, they weren't healthy this season. Jokic was healthy, but Gordon missed a lot of games. Jamal Murray wasn't healthy to start the season, missed so many games. So yeah, weird team. We'll need to see, like, moving forward, what's going to happen with this team. Betting wise, uh, Jokic against the Wemby. Last season, if I remember, he was mostly single covered, average 33.5 points. But they're playing at home, so I won't touch this.
Fair enough. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll move into the next game then. The final game for us to go through today, the Los Angeles Lakers hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Lakers favored by 3.5 points here, 19 and 14 on the season. They had some turmoil, but it's still a solid season right now from the Lakers. The Hawks 18 and 16, looking definitely like they can challenge for a proper playoff spot as perhaps they improve through the season. But for this game in particular here with the 3.5 point spread, is there anything you can look at for this one?
Yeah, I'm just looking at some stuff.
While Pips is looking here, a reminder to everybody in the chat. A lot of questions have come in. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys have hit that like button if you've not done so already, and subscribe to the channel if you're new watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter right now, you can like and share, but consider coming over to the YouTube channel to get involved with the chat as well. Appreciate all support on the show. Back to you, Pips, checking in on potentially a fourth pick for the Hawks-Lakers game.
Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff. Interested in obviously Austin Reeves, and yeah, without D'Angelo Russell, his creation
Yeah.
went through the roof. Uh, yeah, so last 4 games he had 10, 16, 10, and 11 uh, assists, and now he plays the Hawks, who allows fourth most assists. So maybe I do something like some combo stuff. Let me just check how this works. Yeah, let's do Austin Reeves, uh, 15 plus points, uh, 2 plus threes. Because yeah, I'll explain why, and 6 plus assists.
All right. Throws 3-leg SGP on Austin Reeves, just minus 109 odds
Yeah.
at FanDuel. This will be the fourth official pick of the day.
Yeah. So first off, let's look at the assist line. It looks like he didn't cover this much this season, but we only need to look at the last four. Last four without since D'Angelo Russell trade. 10 against the. I'll just open up the stuff. Uh, assist allowed 10 against the Golden State Warriors, who allow average assist, below average assist. Then against the Wolves, 16 assist, Kings, 16 assist against the Kings, also allow below average assist. 10 assist against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who allow 8 least assists. And finally, last game against team that leaks assist, he had 11 on 15 potential assists. He is now playing the halves, who allow fourth most assists. Some easy targets in transition, some easy targets in like uh, kick out threes, pick and roll with the AD and stuff like easy target. He got the keys of the offense. If you look at the last 4 games for LeBron, he averaged more assists than LeBron in every single of these games. Like LeBron 11, 10, 7, and 8. So he's like the first scoring option, and that makes sense because if you look, LeBron scoring went nuts over the last couple of games. So he's playing more off the ball lately. Uh, and why I'm liking the threes and points for the Austin Reeves usage. Like since the yellow parted ways, he 23, 31, 25, 29. So average like 25 over the last couple of games. If you take a look at the games when he had 15 20% or higher usage. He scored 15 plus points in like almost every game he played. We took a look over this line in 18 out of 21 when he just got just over 20% usage, and he had like 26, 27% average over the last 4 without DLO. Uh, that's on the points wise. He averaged almost 20 points. We take a look at the defense side. We can see that Hawks are below average defense, and they allow the 10th most spot up points, and they allow the most in the league pick and roll ball handler. That's 45% of his points. They are also below average in transition. That's where a lot of points for Austin Reeves comes. Uh, Austin Reeves scores 52% of his points from the three. Hawks allows the most threes in the entire league, 43% above the break three. Hawks allow the most above the break threes. Like they'll just help inside against AD and LeBron. So Asteris could even end up like shooting 10 threes. I wouldn't be surprised tonight. So he could cover this only by threes, but he'll get to the line. He'll get to some mid-range stuff and some layups from transition. So this could be a really good game for Austin Reeves, and high-paced game against the Hawks. We could see like the line is set at 231. I could see the game going over this line, like to 240 points, and it will be a lot of Reeves stuff. Even the minutes last 4 games are without DLO 37, 43, 38, and 36 minutes. So 36 minutes in 4 straight games. Huge usage, huge minutes, huge everything for Austin Reeves.
So there is the fourth official play of the day. Austin Reeves, 15 plus points, 2 plus 3 pointers made, and 6 plus assists, minus 109 odds at FanDuel. Trying to get ahead here as there's an adjustment period going on right now with the extra reps afforded to Austin Reeves. His lines yesterday got bet up sensationally. There was some huge line movement on Austin Reeves' numbers yesterday. So we'll take advantage while we have this little period here as they try to figure out what the usage is going to look like. But these are the opportunities to get ahead of it a little bit. So those are the 4 picks. Now it's time for you to give us your picks for the day, and we'll react to as many here as we can in the chat. We'll start off with Anthony Serbo, asked earlier on, is there any lean from you, Pips, on the spread for today's game between the Knicks and the Thunder? Ask about Knicks +5. I'm not sure if it's still +5. It's 4.5 on FanDuel now.
I don't know. I think Thunder are a better team. So the line is set that because
Yeah, it's 5.
Brunson is questionable.
Okay.
They are on the road. I do think Thunder are a better team. So for 5 points better, probably not. But I don't see anything wrong with -4.5 on the Thunder. I think that's completely fair. Thunder just dismantle teams. Like they are just. I don't see how they stop Shea. And then they need to deal with Hartenstein, with J Dub, with so much shooting around but yeah, I think Caruso could be back. They have huge edge on the bench with Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, Kenrick Williams, Alex Caruso. So yeah, I think the line is completely fair, honestly.
So we also have from Anthony asking about Isaiah Hartenstein on the double-double line at +110 for this game against the Knicks.
Yeah, I bet that line so many times this season, and it was one of the easiest wins almost every game. but not this one. Uh, could he try a bit harder against the Knicks? Sure, but for the bigs, I think this could be one of the most difficult matchups, both for rebounds and for the scoring. Like I'll say, like top three difficult matchups for non-shooting bigs is actually against the Knicks. Both rebounds and points. So if you are getting plus money a double double, sure, but overall, I don't like the matchup for him.
Well, how
21 and a
about
half. Yeah.
how about the other side? Drosko asks about Karl Anthony Towns over 2.5 assists. Also wanted to ask about if Brunson is out, would you play Cat under on 24.5 points if it does move up? So any opinions on Karl Anthony Towns today for assists and whether or not we do see whether or not we see Cat play well if Jalen Brunson is in or sorry is out.
Assist at assist at minus 140 should be the good. They will say doubles. That's probably yeah. And the points under also I also lean under. I can bet everyone from the Knicks under,
Mhm.
but I do think they have like good solution to defend Karl Anthony Towns. Like last
Right.
season, he was under in all four games. Well, didn't came even close. Like 13, 16, 19, 21. Also, he needs to stay out of foul trouble on the other side of the court. So yeah, this one will be a really tough matchup for both Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Could be a good matchup for OG Anunoby and Mikael Bridges, but their lines are just set so high. Like 18 and a half for Bridges in some spots is huge. 17 and a half, I'll lean under. It's widely available, but I'll just lean under. Uh, yeah, it's crazy line to against
Okay.
best defense in the league. So yeah, he will get better looks than both Brunson and Towns, but it's crazy line.
Philip asked about Emmanuel quickly under 17.5 points against the Magic. I'd have to see how the Magic defend or what their best defensive metrics are to give a solidified thought on
Yeah,
this one.
they only give points to pick and roll ball handlers, and yeah, that's the
That's
way quickly scores. So no go.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I can see they give up spot up shots, which also
yeah.
caters to Emmanuel quickly there. So maybe I see this one moving towards 16.5 with the way FanDuel has it now at 16.5, but uh, my lean would also be
Projection
against this one.
projection will say lower. Projection use usage and then game total and then just spread around the
Right.
numbers to get up to like 200 and 108. So they need to spread around 108 points, which is predicted for the Raptors to score between Barnes, Edge Barrett, quickly Grady Dick, and Jacob. And then I think every line from projections will be leaning under for everyone. So yeah, projections will have like Scotty Barnes 18, AJ Barrett 18, quickly 16 and a half, Grady Dick 13.7, and like Jacob like 12.7. Like I'm just like talking from my head. I didn't even look at ATR when they release the lines will be there. Like last night, I've shared Steph Curry over 21 and a half points. He was 23 and a half, and then ATR. I didn't don't know for a fact, but they only them can move the line so much. And then I just checked like 5 minutes later, and the line from 23 and a half went to 21 and a half. So moved 2 points, and I took over on 21 and a half and cashed easily. Like the projections are good, like rule of thumb, but not they like a good estimate, but if you know the matchup is way better than the lines the projection saying, you can get a good bet a lot of time. Got like discounted line for so many spots, and For example, tonight you'll get quickly at 16.5, maybe even lower, and the matchup is very positive for him.
I think if you do like quickly here, I'd say wait till RJ Barrett
Yeah.
is ruled in before betting it because he's been out for a couple of games with an illness. I feel like illnesses shouldn't keep you out for 3 games over the space of 4 days. I don't know for sure, but I feel like RJ Barrett will play today, which will. Well, actually, sorry. If you're gonna bet it, you should bet it now. Sorry, I'm thinking of it as an over. You should bet it now.
Yeah,
RJ Barrett, I think, will be
yeah.
ruled in. So if
Under,
you like
yeah.
the under, you should play. You should play now before Barrett is ruled in. We'll go to the next one here. Nicholas Jepson asked about Scottie Pippen Jr. over 5.5 assists at -120.
Yeah, they seem to go way more to the Desmond Bain creating than actually Scottie Pippen lately, which is kind of weird. But if you take a look, last couple of games without Ja Morant, uh, only last game without Ja Morant, he against the Suns had 7 potential assists and ended up with 3 assists. Against the Thunder, 6 assists and 11 potential assists. So yeah, but overall on the season, when there is no uh, Desmond, when there is no Ja Morant, he averaged 6.2. But let's look at the games with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain. Like it's close and it's very juiced on 5.5. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but yeah, uh, everyone is out for them. So maybe that could be actually a good bet. But I'm saying it's very juiced, so I don't know. I don't know if he's covering like 60% of the time to get an edge. I don't think so.
We also have a question from good friend Chillionaire about Memphis on the money line. We could also say on the spread as well. They are 3.5 point underdogs, +148 against the Kings, who we know you're not a fan of the Kings.
But yeah, the biggest thing for the Memphis is their depth. They are without Morant, Santi Aldama, Marcus Smart, and Laravia, and they are questionable. So their depth is out of depth tonight. So
Okay.
yeah,
So maybe not for this one today. Drosko with another one asking about Mikal Bridges over 2.5 threes at about -110.
yeah, that one makes sense. That I just said on Mikel line at 17.5 looks crazy, but he should get spot up looks. I do expect him like to get like 7 to 8, 6 to 8, and that's favorable for him to cover at -105, -110, uh, +100. That's favorable for him.
3 more here. Anthony Serbo asked about Eves Missy over 11.5 points at -104 against the Wizards.
Yeah, I did look into it. Uh, it just he played poorly lately, so I don't know. Like, let me just see what the minutes for him are saying. They're saying he should play 30 minutes. That should be enough to cover 30 minutes. If he gets 30 minutes against the Wizards, that should be enough to cover. Honestly, uh, lately he didn't cover, but look at the teams he played. This is actually incredible. Like last 7 8 games. Heat, terrible matchup for bigs. Clippers, terrible matchup for bigs covered. Memphis, difficult matchup, didn't cover. Houston, one of the worst matchups, didn't cover. Denver, good matchup, scored 21. Knicks, terrible matchup, didn't cover. Houston, terrible matchup, didn't cover. Yeah, overall, he played bunch of difficult matchups and stayed under. So yeah, if you're getting 30 minutes, I think this should be actually a good spot for him to get over. Average 18.8 when he plays 28 plus minutes. But also these also came against the very good defensive teams. When you exclude like top three, it's 50-50 and 13 points average. So against worst defense in the league, yeah, that should be a good spot for Missy.
We'll go to Michael asking about Denver on the win total on this season here, under 49.5. Preseason, I played this number over, not feeling extremely confident about that one
Yeah,
there, but under 49.5 wins at plus 100. Do you think that's a look at this present point in the season?
they are 33 and 19,
They're 19 and 13.
19 and 13. So yeah, I opened last season.
They should
I don't
be
know. Yeah,
slightly above the pace on that. Let me see.
yeah, they are.
Win percentage 55.94 over
Yeah,
82 games. Um, let's see.
yeah, that's close.
It's
That's close.
right on it. Basically,
I
it's
think that
slightly
I think
under.
that yeah, I think that's how they settle, and I don't think they are better moving forward than they are so far.
Agreed. So
Yeah, under lean. Yes,
I think at plus 100, a good lean towards the under there. Which I'm not
agreed.
gonna
Yeah,
play against myself, but
you
yeah,
you can like get out of the position with this bet.
yes, I will. Okay, I'll
I will
say
I
it
will do it.
because you brought it up. I will say it. I was able to get out of my position on Denver at neutral EV. So I'm good. I'm all covered on it, but I definitely think under is the more likely than the
Yeah,
over at this point. I got out of the position, so thankfully this 3-game winning streak allowed me to get out of the position. So again,
yeah.
under definitely a lead there. Okay, extra one here because it's about the Raptors, and I want to talk about it. The Grady Dick under 14.5 points against the Orlando Magic. Pips likes it. Usage. It'll be interesting to
Uh,
see what his usage looks like when everybody's in the starting lineup is healthy.
I watched the game against the Hawks where I had his over.
Yeah.
One of the worst games he ever played. Uh,
Well, this
he was
season,
such yeah, this season of course. Like, not just scoring wise. Like he missed some wide open looks. That's going to happen. Like, but his defense, God, like. I think like he was the worst defensive player on the court and by a huge margin. Like he fucked up every single defensive possession. And he got benched 3 times. Like he started the second
yeah.
half, 2 minutes in, timeout. He got benched. He came back fourth quarter, started it again, timeout after 2 minutes. He got benched because he was awful on defense. Like it wasn't even the offense, and he wasn't even good on offense as well. Yeah, young players, this will happen. He could get benched with everyone healthy more easily if he struggles. So yeah, under on this spot is obviously a good thing. Like if you took a look at the season, ignore any like averages covering stuff. They are healthy now. He's now like fourth scoring option, 14 and a half against the Orlando Magic looks a bit too much. I think the real line should be 13.5. Uh, n- I know you said they allow spot up. They don't allow spot up. They don't allow anything. Like they are second least spot up allowed for Magic, fifth least transition points allowed, and they are like second least in the paint, second worst pace in the league, the least threes allowed in the league, the least assist allowed in the league, the least rebounds allowed in the like the least everything. He scores most of his points above the break three. They allow the least points above the like wherever you look, you'll find that this like most difficult matchup of the season for Grady Dick.
So
So
so under is the lean there.
yeah, and similar matchup for him is actually Houston Rockets, and he scored 14 points against Houston Rockets without Barrett, Quickly, and Jacob.
So
So
a lot more usage there.
yeah, and Knicks is similar matchup. He had 7 points, and then Wolves and Boston Celtics 9 and 9. So in similar matchups, he hella struggles.
All right.
So I do lean under on 14 and a half.
All right, so lean under towards on Grady Dick. We have the last question of the day. It's me, Dado, ask about Wembanyama threes. Particularly interested in a ladder on the threes. Last time he played against Jokic, he was 5 of 12 on threes. So the Conyers says seems like Denver allows him to take those shots from deep. I think a lot of teams are doing that. He's letting it fly in a lot of games this season. But any info from you, Pips, on his 3-point matchup tonight?
Yeah, I don't think Jokic won't care. He'll let him be in a drop coverage. He'll stay in drop coverage mostly and be like, if you want to shoot 10 threes, go for
ahead,
it, man.
man.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the uh, Jazz coach. What's the name from the Jazz coach? Yeah, doesn't matter. Like, I know it. Like,
The old Spurs
yeah,
assistant. I forget his name as well.
yeah. It doesn't matter. He was explaining
Will
how
Hardy.
they Will Hardy, yeah, they were explaining the Towns defense. I don't know if you hear that stuff. I'll need to
I
send
didn't
you if you
actually.
have it. It was one of the most profound things like someone said about Towns. Like you see Towns scored like 31 points and you see like him scoring like 2 threes in a row and you kind of overreact to him covering out there and then you go outside and to contest his threes and then he scores like 25 points in the paint on you because when he scores 2 threes it's like noise, like huge noise about it, and then you overreact and he fools you around. Like that's the thing with Bambi. Like if he's making threes outside pulling up, it's okay. Like you can live it. If you go outside and he beats you off the dribble and gets in the paint and gets free throws and layups, you can't do anything about it. Like and for threes,
Pips
first
froze
off,
here. Sorry. I don't know if you. I think
okay,
I froze.
back.
I think
Yeah,
I
you
might have
froze. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I heard what you had to say there. Yes, agree on that take from Will Hardy. I actually like him as a coach. I know I just forgot his name, but I actually like him as a coach, even though I know
Yeah.
the Jazz record is really bad.
Yeah, also know his name. I just forget stuff on the spot. Like that's I probably don't know like coach of like half the teams, and if I'm on the spot and they'll give me 30 seconds and I'll get it.
But
Yeah,
you're right. When you're
Hardy.
playing a player as good as that, you have to live with some outcomes and take away the more favorable outcomes for that player. You have to take away what would be better for him to get and just live with some of the rest.
Yeah, and
to
also
combat it.
sometimes you are not playing to your squad strength. Like Kessler is great rim protection, and if you go outside to contest Towns, he can throw like some cutter and easy layups with him outside. Like it's not just threes; it's everything. The entire scheme changes, and yeah, creates so much weird stuff. But yeah, that's it. Like
Yeah.
also huge fan of Will Hardy. Think he's a great coach. He just has awful team in the
Yes. All right, well, let's go to the recap of the picks that we have on the show today. Please make sure you guys have hit the like button on the show. If you've not done so already, it does make a big difference to the channel. Subscribe as well if you're new, because we're past the holiday period. Shows every weekday morning, as long as there are NBA games that day. Shows every weekday morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for bearing with us over the last couple of weeks. We've been a bit more sporadic for Christmas and for New Year's. We're back on schedule now. Let's attack the rest of the season here, starting with these 4 plays that we have today. We have Jalen Brunson under 24.5 points. We took it minus 120, minus 125. Also fine to take on that one. We have Jalen Wells over 11.5 points, minus 120 or better. Shop around to find the best price as Memphis take on Sacramento. Then in the Magic Raptors game, we have Wendell Carter Jr., 10 plus points at minus 105 odds. And finally, we have Austin Reeves on the 3-leg SGP, 15 plus points, 2 plus 3-pointers made, and 6 plus assists. We got it for minus 109, available at FanDuel Sportsbook, the presenting sponsor here on the Board YouTube channel. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.